The tale centers on Hazel, a mother who's willing to do whatever it takes to safeguard her daughter. Hazel runs a restaurant famous among the locals who are frequent visitors and has a unique bond with the people around. Her closest friend collaborates with the police, and in exchange, she provides them complimentary meals. Hazel has a 19-year-old daughter named Joy who is asking for funds to cover her college tuition. When Hazel declines, Joy gets annoyed and admits that she no longer wants to remain at home. She intends to depart. Hazel, though, informs her that she must concentrate on assisting with the restaurant for the time being. One day, a guy named Elliot enters the restaurant, has his meal, but can't settle the bill. Joy becomes upset with him, but Hazel intervenes to calm things down. Elliot shares that he's a newcomer in the area, was robbed, and hasn't had a meal for 2 days. Out of kindness, Hazel provides him a job washing dishes and a place to live. Hazel sees that Joy is departing with her boyfriend Travis. Joy informs her mom about not receiving the money she requested, and Travis encourages her to find a way to obtain it. The next morning, Hazel spots Elliot in the trailer, having a bath. It dawns on her that they are residing in the tiny trailer. Joy disapproves of Hazel for giving Elliot a job, concerned he could be a threat. Hazel shares that she's simply attempting to assist someone who is insignificant. Then Joy requests college funds again, assuring to repay it, but once more, Hazel declines. Shortly after, Travis arrives and Joy departs with him, disregarding Hazel's plea to come back early to assist with the restaurant. Hazel resumes serving the usual customers, but when Joy comes back later, Hazel sees that something is off. Joy has on glasses, and Hazel soon notices that her daughter's eyes are in pain. When Hazel asks her, Joy confesses it was Travis' mistake, but maintains it was merely an accident. Hazel asks her to take care of the tables while she deals with something on her own. Hazel goes to her trailer, grabs a gun concealed under the bed, and sets off to find Travis. She discovers him in a garage with his buddy, but he won't speak. Hazel insists that he enter her car to chat, but Travis hesitates. She challenges him about injuring her daughter, but Travis maintains it was a mishap. That's when Hazel snaps. She hits him, causing his nose to bleed, then takes out the gun, warning to kill him if he doesn't get in the car. Frightened, Travis says sorry, claiming it was all an error, but Hazel isn't paying attention. She binds him and takes him to a grave she had already dug. As she shoves him into the grave, Hazel tells him she always anticipated this day would arrive because she never had faith in him. Even with Travis begging for compassion, Hazel abandons him to perish. At the restaurant, Joy begins to feel anxious when Travis hasn't reached out to her. She inquires of Hazel what she told him. Hazel deceives, claiming she only talked to him nicely, and he assured her he would depart the country. Joy is puzzled because Travis has a large business and wouldn't simply depart without saying anything. Hazel insists that Joy doesn't need to be concerned about him and should assist her with the restaurant. Later, Hazel sees a man snapping pictures of Elliot inside the restaurant. As she gets closer to him, the man swiftly takes off, leaving Hazel confused about what was happening. Afterward, when the eatery shuts down, Hazel inquires of Elliot whether he recognizes the person who was snapping pictures. Elliot claims he doesn't know him and states he would have informed her if he did. Hazel, attempting to clarify to him what her daughter believes about him, notes that Joy thinks he could be a serial killer. Elliot chuckles it off, claiming he's never harmed anyone. Later, Hazel sees the same man photographing Elliot, but this time, he's leaving. Hazel chooses to follow him, and the path takes her to a motel. She faces the man asking why he was taking pictures of Elliot. The man who is employed by the media discloses that Elliot is being investigated for supposedly murdering his girlfriend. He clarifies that Elliot was once a heart surgeon, which brings up questions about why he's currently in such a low-paying position. The man displays files on his computer to Hazel, and after reviewing them, Hazel grabs the files and departs. The following morning, Joy's in tears because she hasn't received any news from Travis. Hazel attempts to console her, proposing it could be for the best that she moves on from him. At the same time, a man shows up at the restaurant and informs Hazel that their boss, V, wishes to meet her in Vegas. V has recently been freed from prison and Hazel consents to accompany. That night, Joy inquires with her mom if she harmed Travis. Hazel comforts her, stating that she would never do anything to harm her daughter and that all her actions are for Joy's advantage. Joy, still unhappy, takes Hazel's keys, and goes to meet some friends. She ends up using drugs at their house, but the police, who are friends of Hazel's, find her and take her back home. When Hazel is by herself, she talks to Elliot again, inquiring if it's true that he used to be a heart surgeon. After a brief pause, Elliot confesses the truth. Hazel faces Elliot with a document, charging him with murdering his girlfriend and going into hiding. Elliot claims he didn't take anyone's life. He shares that he was very intoxicated during an incident that involved his girlfriend, and she sadly passed away in the car accident. He's always struggled to forgive himself for it. Hazel hears, but isn't influenced. She informs him that she's heading to Vegas and requests him to take care of the restaurant while she's away. Hazel goes to Vegas to meet V, who is excited to see her again after a long while. V informs her that he desires one final task to be completed: eliminate a man. Hazel declines, stating she's moved past that existence. But V insists, assuring her that it's the final thing he'll request of her, and gives her money as motivation. With hesitation, she consents. She has been assigned a target, a man called Perry. But when the moment arrives to end his life, Hazel can't find the strength to go through with it. She departs feeling torn and goes back to the restaurant. Back at the eatery, Hazel experiences a profound feeling of isolation. Elliot is present and they enjoy a drink, which results in a close night. The following morning, Hazel informs him that she's going to Vegas again that night. In Vegas, she faces Perry, who asks her to come to his house. Hazel consents and even prepares him a beverage, lacing it with poison. But when Perry reveals his feelings for her, Hazel has a shift in her emotions. She isn't able to follow through with it. Rather than poisoning him, she kisses him and pours the drink into a plant, understanding that she nearly made a big mistake. Back at the eatery, Hazel considers if she should still eliminate Perry. She receives a note from Perry stating he's departing shortly, which makes her emotions even more complicated. At the same time, Joy asks Elliot if he's a murderer. Elliot shares his story about the heartbreaking incident that claimed his fiancée's life. He acknowledges that he was intoxicated when it occurred, and he's carried the remorse ever since. V discovers that Hazel didn't complete the task and is not doing what he instructed her to do. Angry, he commands his security to locate her and return her to the group. V discloses that Elliot is truly working for him, and he had been positioned near Hazel to monitor her and inform him about her activities. The next day, a police officer who is friends with Hazel visits the restaurant and notes that several girls have disappeared lately. He inquires if Hazel is aware of anything, but Hazel and Javier, the chef, claim they know nothing. At the same time, Joy spots a man named Phil, who is employed by V. Hazel instructs Joy to take care of another table, and Phil cautions Hazel that she has overlooked V's commands. He informs her that V is searching for her and that she must go to him. Hazel hesitantly agrees and states she'll complete the task V asked of her. Later that evening, Hazel goes outside and Elliot trails behind her, inquiring about what's happening. Hazel declines to reveal her secret, but Elliot argues that everyone has secrets and vows to disclose his if she reveals hers. He embraces her, and Hazel confesses that she's heading to Vegas to complete her work. Elliot informs V that Hazel intends to proceed with her task tonight. When Hazel gets to Perry's home, he's getting dinner ready, believing it's a surprise for his spouse. But Hazel doesn't visit Perry's home. Instead, she goes directly to V's hideout. As soon as she enters, she takes out one of V's men. V observes this happen on CCTV and gets ready for a showdown with Hazel. When Hazel walks into the room, Phil attempts to shoot her, but she ends up killing him instead. Hazel then confronts V, who attempts to bargain, proposing they might resolve matters amicably. But Hazel, resolute, fires at him in the shoulder, making him tumble. V begs for compassion, recalling everything he has done for her. But Hazel remains resolute. She informs him that he compelled her into this circumstance. The following morning, Hazel returns to the restaurant, with Joy now assisting her. Joy expresses to Hazel her deep affection and recognizes that her choices, regardless of their challenges, were for the greater good. While they converse, Travis, the man Hazel had saved earlier, arrives and comforts Joy. However, Hazel sees that Javier the chef is absent. She sees him getting hit at the bar by a few individuals and attempts to step in. But events take a turn for the worse, and Hazel is killed brutally. Joy is seized by the attackers and pulled away in their vehicle. Hazel, badly hurt, is approached by someone who says they are an alien. The individual attempts to assist her, stating that an ambulance is en route and advising Hazel to remain alert. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more video. Have a nice day.